And welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to Loopin Through Life. Hitting you today, another coaster dive today. Headed to the Midwest a little bit and to check out into Kings Island for Mystic Timbers, a really cool themed wooden roller coaster that takes you through the woods, and it's really immersive.
Probably the same thing that's in your closet. Regret, mildew, and a cursed leaf blower. Nothing says immersive theming like being threatened by aggressive vines and a spooky soundboard.
Either way, gimmicks aside, it's an Airtime machine, it's relentless, the drop is amazing, and honestly, it's just such an altogether combination of a great roller coaster. It belongs amongst the elite.
Let's hop aboard the haunted lumber truck and tempt fate like total idiots. Worst case, we end up in the shed. Best case, you scream like you did on the carousel last week.
Welcome to Coaster Dive, where we explore the coasters that thrill, terrify, and sometimes whisper to you from deep inside the forest. Today, we're diving into a ride that blends high-speed wooden chaos with an eerie, story-driven theme. Mystic Timbers at Kings Island in Mason, Ohio. Mystic Timbers is a modern wooden roller coaster that debuted on April 15, 2017, built by the renowned Great Coasters International, or GCI for short. It's the 16th roller coaster in Kings Island's lineup, and it was the park's first wooden coaster in nearly 2 decades, following Son of Beast, which, well, if you know, you know. We'll get to that legacy in a minute. Let's start with the basics. Mystic Timbers stands 109 feet tall, reaches a top speed of 53 miles per hour, and delivers 3,265 feet of twisted, terrain-hugging track. While that might not sound massive on paper, Mystic Timbers isn't about brute stats. It's about pacing, aesthetic, and atmosphere. And in that department, it absolutely delivers. The theme centers around a fictional company called the Miami River Lumber Company, which has been experiencing strange occurrences near its logging grounds. As you approach the entrance, the tone is immediately set. Abandoned trucks, overgrown foliage, and cryptic warning signs that urge guests to stay out of the shed. It's part horror story, part industrial accident, and part marketing gimmick. And it works. The queue line winds past rusted-out vehicles and tools covered in vines, all hinting at a mysterious force overtaking the woods. You'll hear audio from fictional radio broadcasts warning employees and townsfolk about unnatural events in the forest. The theming may not reach Disney levels, but it's immersive enough to set the mood. There's a real sense that you're stepping into a place you're not supposed to be. Now, onto the ride experience itself. Riders board a train themed like an old-school lumber truck, complete with wooden paneling and rugged detailing. Each train has 12 cars, seating 2 riders per row, and you're held in by a lap bar restraint. Once dispatch clears, you roll out of the station and immediately dive into a dark, misty tunnel. It's short, but effective, giving you a taste of what's to come. Then comes the lift hill. As you climb to that 109-foot peak, the surrounding trees envelope you. Distant sound effects, chainsaws, whispers, static, begin to bleed in. It's a slow, tense build-up, almost cinematic. And then, the drop. Mystic Timbers delivers a steep, twisted first drop that banks to the right and immediately launches you into a relentless barrage of airtime hills, laterals, and high-speed directional changes. If you've ever ridden a GCI coaster like Thunderhead or Prowler, you'll know what to expect, except Mystic Timbers might be the best paced of them all. The ride rarely gives you a second to breathe. It's about 100 seconds of constant movement. No mid-course brake run, no slowdown, just an aggressive flow from element to element. And we're not talking about floaty floater airtime here. Mystic Timbers is packed with sharp pops of ejector airtime, especially in the back row. There are over a dozen airtime moments, including a series of back-to-back hills that thread between trees and skim the terrain. You dive through multiple tunnels, dodge past supports, and hit some surprising lateral forces on quick banked turns. The trains are highly articulated, meaning they can twist and turn in tight configurations without jackhammering riders. It's smooth for a wooden coaster, which is a huge plus. And then, the shed. At the end of the ride, instead of rolling into a traditional brake run, Mystic Timbers takes a sharp right turn into a dimly lit building, the now infamous shed. This is where the theming kicks into high gear. Riders are briefly held on a transfer track while a randomized show sequence plays out. There are 3 different shed experiences, all featuring flickering lights, radio static, and jump scare moments involving snakes, bats, or evil trees. It's more campy than terrifying, but for a regional park, it's a pretty creative way to end the ride. While some riders expected a full animatronic or physical set piece, the shed relies more on lighting, screens, and audio effects. Still, it adds an eerie punch to the finale and gives the coaster a narrative twist that helps it stand out. So, how was Mystic Timbers received? Extremely well. In fact, it was named Best New Ride of 2017 by Amusement Today's Golden Ticket Awards, beating out larger steel coasters that opened the same year. Fans and critics alike praised the ride's pacing, theming, and how well it blends traditional wooden coaster thrills with modern storytelling. It's also a crucial part of Kings Island's ongoing coaster evolution. After the demise of Son of Beast, the park took a long break from wooden coasters. Son of Beast, as you might recall, was the world's first wooden hypercoaster, but it became infamous for roughness, accidents, and eventual removal. Mystic Timbers was, in many ways, a redemption story, a way for the park to prove that wood coasters could still be fun, reliable, and relevant. And GCI nailed it. The ride uses steel supports and modern track shaping to avoid the pitfalls of rough wooden coasters, offering a smooth experience with high re-rideability. It doesn't try to be the tallest or fastest, it just focuses on doing what it does well, over and over again. From a design standpoint, it also makes great use of the land. The ride hugs the terrain, dives through forested sections, and interacts with park pathways in clever ways. It even passes near Whitewater Canyon, offering some cool sightlines for guests on both attractions. Mystic Timbers is also part of Kings Island's broader move toward immersive storytelling. While it's not quite at the level of something like Verbolten or Hagrid's Magical Creatures Motorbike Adventure, it shows that regional parks can still create compelling themed rides without needing a movie IP or 9-figure budget. Now, if we're getting picky, some riders feel the shed is a bit overhyped. The park built it up in marketing as this huge mystery, and while the reveal is fun, it's not exactly groundbreaking. Others wish the ride was a little longer or had a few more elements to vary the pacing. But these are small nitpicks. For most guests, Mystic Timbers is a slam dunk. It's also proven to be extremely reliable, with minimal downtime and strong operations since it opened. GCI coasters tend to be maintenance-friendly compared to older Woodies, and Kings Island has done a great job keeping Mystic Timbers running smoothly. So, to sum it up, Mystic Timbers is a near-perfect modern wood coaster. It's fast, intense, and themed just enough to give it an identity. It's a worthy addition to Kings Island's already stacked coaster lineup, sitting alongside the Beast, Diamondback, Orion, and Banshee. Whether you're a hardcore coaster enthusiast or just a casual thrill seeker, Mystic Timbers is absolutely worth the ride, especially if you can snag a night ride. Something about flying through the woods at full speed in the dark, then creeping into that haunted shed. It hits different, and while Mystic Timbers might not carry the massive hype of a Giga coaster or the global fame of a Disney ride, It stands as a perfect example of what happens when clever design meets immersive storytelling. It doesn't rely on giant stats or flashy gimmicks, just tight layout, smart theming, and a relentless ride experience that earns respect with every lap. In a world where parks often chase records or IP-based attractions, Mystic Timbers is proof that original ideas, executed well, can leave a lasting impression. It's spooky without being cheesy, thrilling without being painful, and mysterious without needing all the answers. So if you find yourself wandering through Kings Island and hear the wind rustling through the trees, you might want to think twice before going near that shed. Because the ride may end there, but the story? That's still growing. That's a wrap for today's Coaster Dive. Now it's back to the studio with Ryan and Ferris.
And that's going to be a wrap today, guys, with our deep dive into Mystic Timbers. Honestly, a roller coaster that's so relentless and so well themed that has people coming back time and time again.
Yeah, it's less haunted mystery and more Home Depot clearance aisle with mood lighting. But hey, I screamed, you screamed, and we all questioned our life choices together.
I mean, yeah, we all laughed, we all screamed, but we all had fun, didn't we? And that's the most important thing here when it comes to Mystic Timbers, for sure. Either way, guys, be sure to like, comment, subscribe down below, all that good jazz.
Until then, stay out of the woods, avoid suspicious sheds, and remember, if a vine starts talking to you, you've officially gone full theme park.